What is up, everybody? My name is Advance, and this is Advanced Sports Talk. So, I'm doing something a little bit different, kind of switching up the format a little bit. As you can see from the gameplay that's playing in the background, courtesy of Advanced Plays. Go over there, check him out, subscribe. He is me, so be courteous. But in any case, so I wanted to talk about Israel Adesanya. You know, with his rematch coming up this weekend against Marvin Vettori. When he capped off his undefeated streak of 20-0 versus Paulo Costa, the question that came up was, who is he going to fight next? Because he's pretty much dominated his entire division. And, you know, anybody else that may have thought about challenging him have already been beaten by the people that he beat. So yeah, that not only knocks them further and further down the list. So his last fight was against Jan Blachowicz. So with nobody left in his division, he decided to move up and challenge the light heavyweight title, or the light heavyweight champion. And it really didn't work out in his favor. So coming into this fight, there was a number of concerns. The most notable being his size difference. Was he going to be heavy enough to compete? I wasn't really concerned with him making weight, because he's coming up a weight class, so he won't have to worry about actually having to maintain his weight. But he was pretty much below his weight in the division that he's in anyway. So in fact, he proved how unbothered he was with making weight by weighing in with a pizza. Oh man. But gotta love Izzy, man. But in any case, as the fight started, it was clear that, you know, Izzy's movement was there and everything. He definitely had the movement and the skill to compete in the light heavyweight division. But there was always a question of whether or not his strikes was going to have enough weight behind them, and if he was going to have enough weight to sustain the damage that he would take. And he has proven that some of his strikes did hurt Jan Blachowicz, but unfortunately Blachowicz was too big. And you know, I think the difference, I think Blachowicz said he weighed in, he weighed in at like 205, but he was gonna he weighed like between 210 and 220 at the time of the fight. Because, you know, they do the weigh-ins a couple of days before, and Izzy weighed around like 190. So yeah, so he already had like at least a 20 pound weight difference, you know, between the two of them. This also made Izzy, it gave Izzy more of a challenge for defending Blachowicz's takedowns, which normally he's able to do with ease. But, you know, the fact of the matter is that Blachowicz had way too much, he had too much weight for Izzy to really deal with. So once he was able to actually take him down, that's pretty much where Izzy spent the rest of the fight, on the ground. And there wasn't really much that he could do to get him off of him. But, you know, his best bet was to keep the fight standing. And Blachowicz even admitted himself that there was a few shots that Izzy threw that definitely hurt him. And it, you know, but he had to put on a decent enough poker face to where it didn't affect him. So coming into this weekend's fight with Marvin Vettori in the rematch, I'm pretty sure that he's gonna try to utilize these same tactics that Blachowicz used, because those are pretty much the same tactics that he used in the last fight. You know, the last time that he fought. Only the difference in this situation being a 20-pound difference between him and Blachowicz, and the fact that there are 2 extra rounds this go around, with it being a championship fight. The last time they fought, it was it was 3 rounds. Izzy was out striking him. Vettori was throwing a lot of strikes, but he was missing most of them. Izzy had a little bit more accuracy. What pretty much made the fight competitive the last time was the fact that in the 3rd round, Vettori was finally able to get 2 takedowns. So when he got the takedown, he spent like half the round on the mat, or maybe a little bit over half the round on the mat. 2 of the judges scored it 29-28 for Adesanya, and the 3rd judge scored it 29-28 for Vettori. So it was a split decision. Izzy ended up winning that way. Adesanya always picks up things from his fight. Even though he hasn't lost outside of Blachowicz, he always learns how to combat something different. Like when he fought Costa tried to use the same tactic that Yoel Romero used by challenging Izzy to box him straight up in the middle of the ring. So with Costa having more power than Izzy, Izzy started chopping the wood, leg kicks all day. The end of the fight, they asked him he said my skinny legs cut him like a katana. He picked Costa apart completely. Even though he lost in the super fight, he still had a good attitude about losing. He just said, look, what can I do? I dared to be great and I failed. But I'm just going to drop back down to middleweight and I will be back. So, the tactical retreat, he's going to gather, retool, and then he'll be back later. Coming into this week, I think he'll fare much better this time around than the last fight. If Vettori stands there and tries to strike with him, it's pretty much going to go the same way that it went the last time. Striking, no, that's completely out, because Adesanya has way too much in his arsenal to really sit there and try to go head up. It's not wise. But in any case, that was just my thoughts right now. I think Adesanya is going to pull it out. He's undefeated in the middleweight division for a reason. So, hey. Alright. In any case, my name is Advance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on all of my social medias. Advance110 on Instagram. Advance Sports Talk on Facebook. Game footage applied by Advanced Plays. I'm out.
I'm the best. I'm a reaper with the words, cut you deeper with my verbs. Shoot your people by the herds, being peaceful for the birds. We can serve the beef, a bag of bitch. You woke a sleeping dragon, roast and fry him when I fire, lay him down like an assassin. Yeah. I'm a reaper with the words, cut you deeper with